Hi friends, it's your buddy Matt, the global ergonomist, also known as the Ergo Shaman. I want to thank you for joining us on this channel for this version and this class of Strong Qigong. This is our online class. We also do live classes both in my hometown of St. Augustine, Florida during the winter and up here in the Blue Ridge at the Haywood Regional Health and Fitness Center. Those classes are an hour long and they're a little more strenuous. That's why we call it Strong Qigong. This one is a condensed version, 30 minutes. You can do and join us online. So we actually have live people during the recordings. And today's class involved penetrating heaven and earth, embracing the moon, waving hands like clouds. Master Wong calms waters and mixing the qi in the cauldron of the body. So hope you find this enjoyable, and I hope you come back regularly. Be sure to hit that button to get your notifications and also to like it so the algorithm can find us and more of us can join each other in the Blue Ridge of Western North Carolina while we perform Strong Qigong together. As you focus on your breath, emphasize every exhale. Remember, we emphasize every exhale so that we can tip the autonomic nervous system, the rest and digest nervous system, into its full blooming, if you will. This shifts us away from fight or flight, the parasympathetic system, towards calming and relaxing. And with every breath, the more we extend exhale, the more we tip the scale in that favor. So extend every exhale. And as you do, through closed eyes and pursed lips, if you're comfortable doing so, begin to focus the mind where the fleeting moment occurs, where your out-breath changes to your in-breath. Seek that out. And conversely, focus where the in-breath changes back to the out-breath. Those are fleeting moments. We call those the poles of the breath. And your job is to simply focus on those fleeting moments. Now they're gone in a heartbeat or a breath, but that's okay. What you're doing is you're sharpening your mind on the stone of the breath. You're seeking out those fleeting moments. As you continue to do so, it's like sharpening a long samurai katana. You draw it towards you as you inhale, you push it from you as you exhale, and you pay close attention to the flipping of the blade, the sharpening of the mind on the stone of the breath. After a few more of these, invite your eyes to gently, slowly flutter open as a butterfly might leave a flower. And in our online warm-ups, we condense them, starting from head to toe with our old favorite yoga neck roll. We take a deep breath in and our head floats like a balloon. Then we purse lips, and as if blowing air out of the balloon, releasing the air, our chin drops to our chest. And when we inhale again, we inhale and sweep one ear past one shoulder. We exhale, sweep across the chest. Inhale the opposite ear, past the opposite shoulder. And we rock from side to side. So follow the rhythm of your own breath. Inhale past ear, and exhale across chest. Beautifully done. As you do so, calibrate your breath with your movement, calibrate your diaphragm with your inner ear, the 3 semicircular canals, the otoliths rolling around in there, the vestibular system finding itself in rhythm with our respiratory system. Beautifully done. Wherever you are on this sequence, you can pause in the middle, inhale the chin back upright. As we work into our shoulder girdles, we begin to loop the shoulder blades up and then bring them around back and squeeze down, completing the circle, and then continue in the rhythm of your own breath, looping forward with every inhale, squeezing downward with every exhale. Looping. Beautifully done. This area between the shoulder blades we know is the Dajue point. It's an area of qi energy, part of a circular system that actually connects the palms together, the Lao Gong points, to complete a circuit. We're warming up this area, drawing upward and forward with each inhale, squeezing backward and downward with each exhale. Warming up our upper respiratory sinus. After you've done one or two or more of these, you can pause and relax your shoulders. Turn your eyes towards one hand and begin to scoop and toss behind you. From side to side, your eyes follow your hand. Your hand follows your breath, and your breath follows your mind. In other words, as you inhale, scooping up, you might exhale, tossing back behind you from side to side. Warming up that upper and mid respiratory sinus. Beautifully done. Allow your body to turn. Allow your weight to shift. Use your whole body. And after you've done a few more of these, reel this windmill exercise into your shoulder blades and just continue that rocking from side to side, but just do each shoulder blade. You did them both together when you did the Dodge Way rolls. Now you're doing each one independent of the other. Big shoulder rolls from side to side, turning your body. And as we work our way down into the lower respiratory sinus, we use the momentum of our body and turning and rocking from side to side, and we simply go right into the Ragdoll. Let the arms flail from the body. Beautifully done. And from the Ragdoll, we go into the Pellet drum. So if you feel comfortable doing so, you can give yourself a brisk slap or tap on the opposite shoulder as you slap or tap your low back. As you do that, or maybe it's down around the hips, from the top of the shoulder, work your way down to the top of the chest, up around the collarbone where it's safe to give yourself a sharp slap or tap. If you feel like you need it this morning, you can go gentle too. And after you've done the top of the chest, work down to the bottom of the rib cage. As you wake up those floating ribs, the ones you use to squeeze the lower lobes of your lungs, drop down to the hips now. And finally, we're down through the respiratory sinus. We're now ready for the lower half of the body. Starting with the lumbar spine, our hands drift to our hips, and we begin big hula hoop maneuvers, looping the hips as big as you can make them. While you do so, focus on your long, slow, deep, silent breaths. Make them deep and slow, quiet and even. Whichever direction you chose is fine. Simply pause and loop in the opposite direction, as we always strive to unwind what we've wound. Well done. To finish up our lower body, we pause in the middle and we step out into a wider, lower stance that's known as Mabu, the horse stance. And the horse stance is where we do this Shaolin warm-up known as the Great Bear Swings. We take a deep breath in. As we exhale, we turn our shoulders to the side and drop down. As we inhale, we turn our shoulders to the other side, rise to pause, and then drop down as we exhale. Inhale and rise, and you can just rest your hands anywhere you want on your thighs, between your hips and knees, whatever feels comfortable. This gentle turning and shifting weight, you feel the power lunge through your lower Dantian. Well done. And then on this next one, you can pause at the bottom, inhale up, and let's shift weight on a figure eight. So get that looping in the hips. We'll be doing a little more of that one in today's session. So feel that loop, that circular movement as you shift weight on a figure eight. It's almost like you're leading with a back, whichever helps you. And after this, just stop for a second before we get out of this. Turn to one side, raise one toe, turn to the other side, raise the other toe. And this is just a classic warm-up as well. It's very simple. Just kind of turn, raise the toe, and then settle in the middle. Bring the feet back in. Make it a comfortable stance. Shift your weight to one foot, raise the opposite heel, and loop the knee inward. After some inward loops, a few outward loops. Then take weight through that foot, raise the heel, loop inward, and then a few outward loops. And just like that, we can settle our body into the center. We are done with our warm-ups. We work our way now into Qigong breathing to begin our routine. We inhale our palms up towards our heart center. We exhale our palms down towards our lap, our body center, and we breathe between them. Now you follow the rhythm of your own breath, rising with each inhale, falling with each exhale. And as you rise and fall with each breath, you're breathing between your heart center and your body center. And to make this all work the best, we use the power of our visualization, our imagination, and our concentration. And that means engaging the upper energy center, the upper Dantian. Best way to do so, if you're comfortable doing so, is to invite your eyes to close. And with your eyes closed, you can better see this visualization, a classic Qigong visualization known as cleansing the inner body. So as you inhale and your palms float upward, you imagine a glowing mist beginning in the core of the earth, rising through the soles of your feet, through the trillions of cells of your inner body to collect in your upper Dantian, in your mind's eye center. As you exhale and your palms melt down, you imagine that glowing mist forms a glowing cloud. That glowing cloud forms a glowing rain. That glowing rain washes down the trillions of cells through the soles of your feet and back into the earth. So with every inhale, a glowing mist rises, and with every exhale, a glowing rain falls. And this classic Qigong visualization is known as cleansing the inner body. Beautifully done. Enjoy the show, the power of your own visualization, your own imagination, your own concentration. When your hands rise again, invite them to pause at heart height in a hugging stance. This stance we know and love so well, a meditative pose known as stand like tree. And we go through our alignment and take inventory. So with long neck and light head floating upward, our heavy shoulders and our heavy tail melt downward. And between them, our spine gently stretches. This is known as the string of pearls in the ancient Asian literature. Our hands hover as if we're tenderly hugging a long-lost loved one. Our feet are parallel in a firm-rooted stance like a mighty oak. And our three energy centers, the ones we were just visualizing and breathing between, are balanced perfectly on one another, as if we gathered three smooth river rocks and stacked them on life's river's edge. And with soft knees and soft belly, soft breath and soft gaze, or best of all, eyes closed, we feel the echoes of the qi we stirred. We see the dance of our warm-ups in the mind's eye, from the yoga neck roll, through the dajue rolls, from the pellet drum, through the ragdoll, from the stirring of the bowl, through the great bear swing. We see and feel all of it coursing through us. And if eyes are closed, we enjoy it as the hands begin a slow journey downward until the thumbs find their destination, crossed over the belly button. The folded fingers rest below in the area known lovingly as the lower Dantian, the seat of qi energy, the cauldron of the body. Using the power of our own visualization and imagination and concentration, we imagine blowing on the embers of the cauldron of the body through closed eyes and pursed lips, as if blowing through a straw. And as we do so, the embers grow brighter, they respond, and they fill our inner galaxy with light. We draw the light upward and outward with each ensuing inhale, and we begin blowing on the embers of the cauldron of the heart, that center area that we warmed up with all of our warm-ups and exercises. We blow on the embers of the cauldron of the heart and the cauldron of the body. We fill that inner galaxy and spill beyond the inner galaxy to bathe the space around us in light, warm, simple, sweet chi energy. And if eyes are closed, we enjoy it as the hands slowly melt to our side, only inviting the eyes to gently, slowly flutter open as a butterfly might leave a flower. Welcome back. We step into the center of our little boat, and the hand on this side of the room makes a gentle fist that floats before the heart. The hand on this side of the room covers it, and together, we take a deep breath in to straighten. We slowly exhale and bow to one another in a gesture of mutual respect. And as we inhale ourselves back upright in gratitude for the tradition, as we exhale, our hands melt down. When we inhale them again, we bring them up overhead about an inch apart. Very slowly and deliberately exhale down your center line. This is centering the chi where we begin and end. We do one more out of respect for so much we borrow from the Shaolin, and in Shaolin fashion, our palms come together. We exhale only to the heart center, the middle Dantian, as the Shaolin do. We inhale our elbows, straighten our hands, and exhale down. Beautifully done. We're ready now to step out into our little boat. Unlock our knees. When we inhale, our hands up again an inch apart. This time, knees float upward. And as we exhale down, knees and hands melt down in concert with our breath. Rising, we float. Falling, we melt in concert with the breath. The rise and fall of the breath, the floating and melting of the hands and knees. We call this sinking the chi. And it's where we take inventory of our alignment. We always return again and again to make sure those three smooth river rocks we gathered are balanced perfectly on life's river's edge. Beautifully done. Now, when your hands drop again, invite them to pause extended at the bottom, and then inhale them extended up towards heart height and back down. With your palms facing down, you continue this movement, very similar to the breathing we were doing with Qigong breathing, but this time the palms remain facing down for open the door. Beautifully done. And now, when our hands rise again, spread them wide and bring them around to your lap, fingertips meeting in the lap. We bring them up to the heart, and then as we exhale, one hand goes up, the other goes down. Then we inhale back to our heart and we switch. Exhale. And continue from side to side, inhaling and then exhaling to the side. Now, as you continue this beautiful movement, you'll recognize this as penetrating heaven and earth. The second move in the Ba Dua Jin, the 8 brocades. And from this classic move or classic version of penetrating heaven and earth, we're going to explore some variation. So in a moment, as you inhale your heart back towards your heart center, or inhale your hands is what I mean, when they come to the heart center, I want you to pause with them about a soccer ball apart, like right at about here, as you melt your knees down. Now, you're taking a deep breath in. As you exhale, expand and circle around. And then inhale back down into that gentle stance. And then exhale, expand around. And your eyes can follow your hand if you feel comfortable doing so, to about soccer ball height. Now, this is a variation of penetrating heaven and earth. Beautifully done. Exhaling out, expanding all the way around, then inhaling, compressing this ball at the middle Dantian, the heart center. And this is just a variation of penetrating heaven and earth. But what you'll notice for those who come to the live classes regularly is this is very similar to something we usually save for our third session in the hour-long classes. And that is embracing the moon. So what I'm going to ask you to do slowly, you can do this in your own pace, your own time, is start to make the ball a little bigger, almost beach ball size, and you don't have to push as high and as far. Simply drop into embracing the moon. Look at that. Hand at about shoulder height and lap height. And just like that, we went from penetrating heaven and earth, or a variation of it, into embracing the moon, our old favorite. Whenever we do embracing the moon, we always have to do a loving cloud favorite of our live classes. It's known as waving hands like clouds. So prepare for it. We're going into it. After a few more breaths, we inhale and then we exhale. And then we pause at the bottom. We take a deep breath in and we exhale this elbow past this knee. Inhale the lower hand up, exhaling its elbow past this knee. And from side to side, we allow the hands to pass our field of vision. Blow into the palm as if it's a sailboat crossing a lake. Our beautiful Lake Junaluska up here in the western North Carolina Blue Ridge. As you exhale and blow that little sailboat across the lake, notice your turn in trunk and notice your shift in weight. Very similar to when you were silk reeling and doing your warm-ups, your windmill exercise. Beautifully done. Turn trunk, shift weight. Wave hands like clouds. Now, from wave hands like clouds, we have been playing in our live class with just going into a variation we know lovingly as Master Wong calms waters. So we do it in stages. The first stage is you simply roll the lead wrist out so palm is facing outward. And this lower hand that usually cups in waving hands like clouds simply pushes water from side to side. Now, those are the first few stages of Master Wong calms waters. The big difference is we begin to turn all the way back. And then we inhale and we exhale all the way across and back. So there's more turn in trunk with Master Wong calms waters. You go all the way behind you. Once behind you, you inhale and switch the hands, and then you exhale all the way across to the other side. So once you wind behind you, switch hands, take a deep breath in, and then exhale all the way across, and you've got Master Wong calms waters, or at least a variation of it. So beautifully done from side to side, all the way behind. And once you've enjoyed enough Master Wong calms waters, you can simply return to waving hands like clouds. So you roll that wrist so palm is facing, the lower hand cups embracing the moon across. You simply go from side to side. Isn't that beautiful? A nice transition from one to the other. Well done. As we rock from side to side, looping and scooping, waving hands like clouds. Beautifully done. And then we return to center, embracing the moon. So when you feel comfortable doing so, Return to center, sink down, and inhale and switch. Exhale down. So you roll and rise and inhale and exhale down. Beautifully done. Well done. In a moment, we're simply going to pause at the bottom again. And when we do, we're going to do a seminal movement that's known as mixing chi in the cauldron of the body. One of the first movements I ever learned. We take a deep breath in, and as we exhale, we push this upper hand down into the lower Dantian. As we do, we turn our trunk and gaze into the palm of the outstretched hand. Then we inhale that hand to center. We exhale, push down our center line, and gaze into the palm of the other hand. We simply inhale to center, and we exhale to side. And this is mixing chi in the cauldron of the body. Beautifully done. Inhaling to center, we exhale to side. Such a beautiful move. And then we simply return to center and pause. For a series we do in our live classes, we call silk reeling, a version of silk reeling. We take this soccer ball size down to the lower Dantian. Now our palms always face each other, the Lao Gong points. And we begin to roll this ball towards our middle Dantian. But as we do, notice your shift in weight and your turn in trunk, rocking from one foot to the other. And as you roll this towards your lower Dantian, you raise it to your middle Dantian, and you allow your shoulder blades to roll as well. Notice the rocking and the rolling, those shoulder blades, just like you were doing in your warm-ups. And then you bring it up to the upper Dantian, and you roll right towards your third eye center. And if you want to do this properly, your palms are always facing each other as you gaze intensely into this ball of silk and chi energy you're forming. And then you bring it back to the heart center. Now you begin to grow this ball's circumference. And as you do, more and more of your body engages. You feel this rolling right towards your heart until it gets about beach ball size, which is about all the middle Dantian can handle. And we return to the lower Dantian, and you make this big ball of silk and chi energy roll right towards you, right up the center line, as you prepare yourself to land this plane. So if you can do so with eyes closed, invite yourself to find your alignment and stand like tree. With long neck and light head floating upward, our heavy shoulders and heavy tail melt downward. As our spine, our string of pearls, stretches between them, our hands hover as if we're tenderly hugging a long-lost loved one. Our feet are parallel in a firm-rooted stance like a mighty oak. With soft knees and soft belly, soft breath and soft gaze, or best of all, eyes closed, we feel the echoes of the chi we stirred. We see those three smooth river rocks balanced on one another on life's river's edge. And with eyes closed through pursed lips, as if blowing through a straw, our hands take the final journey downward, till our thumbs return to the lower Dantian, and we resume blowing on the embers of the cauldron of the heart and the cauldron of the body. And with each extended exhale, with each deep ensuing inhale, we draw the light upward and we begin blowing on the embers of the cauldron of the mind. The home of the third eye center, the home of our visualization, imagination, and concentration. And we show gratitude for this beautiful inward show that we get to watch and observe and enjoy. With every extended exhale, We fill the inner galaxy with light to spill beyond the inner galaxy and bathe the space around us, to spill beyond the space around us, to bathe the world around us, to spill beyond the world around us and to bathe life itself around us with light, warm, silken chi energy. And may your body stay strong, may your heart stay calm, and may your mind stay sharp, and may your spirit stay free. Yi-Dao, Qi-Dao, which means where mind and body go, Qi follows. If eyes are closed, enjoy it as the hands melt to your side, only inviting the eyes to gently, slowly flutter open as a butterfly might leave a flower. We step back into our little boat on Lake Junaluska. We inhale our hands up an inch apart, and slowly and deliberately exhale down our center line, centering our chi as promised at the beginning. So the hand on this side makes the fist, the hand on this side covers it. Together we take a deep breath in to straighten. We slowly exhale and bow, and you give yourselves a round of applause for the light you made in the world today. Thank you so much. So I hope you enjoyed that session of Strong Qigong with us, and I hope you'll come back regularly. Make sure you hit that button so that you get notifications as well as like buttons, which bring more people together where we can breathe in the mountains of Western North Carolina and we can perform Strong Qigong together. So until next time, this is your buddy Matt, the Global Ergonomist, also known as the Ergo Shaman. We appreciate having you. See you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.